By the end of this video, you'll know how to run your first YouTube ad, how to target that ad in front of the right audience at the right time, and how to measure your success and optimize your campaigns. We have spent in the last year over $16.3 million on YouTube ads, and I want to show you exactly how this works step by step. Now, before we dive in, you do need to understand that there are a few different types of YouTube ads. What we're going to be diving in today are in-stream ads. These are ads that appear in front of other videos on YouTube. If you're looking to get people to opt in to your email list, to sign up, to become a new lead, to book a phone call, or purchase a product, you're most likely going to be looking at in-stream ads, the ads that appear in front of other videos, also known as video action campaigns. That's what we're going to be covering today. Now, there's a different type of ad called in-feed ads, and these are ads that appear alongside other videos as suggested videos or in search results. I actually have a full tutorial that I'm going to be releasing right here on this channel where we'll cover in-feed ads in depth and how to set it up step by step. Now, there's also something called bumper ads. These are ads that appear right at the beginning or at the end of a video. They're very brief ads and most likely not what you're going to want to use. They're more for branding. Same thing with outstream ads. Those appear right at the end of a video. They also have masthead ads that appear at the top of YouTube. But what I want to focus on today are in-stream ads, the ads that you're used to, and I'm going to be showing you how to set these up step by step. So you're gonna go and create a Google Ads account, but instead of just going to ads.google.com, I recommend searching for Google Ads coupon and then clicking this top link here. This is buy Google Ads. You can see, get a $500 coupon to grow your business. Now they have different promotions from time to time, might be $250, might be $1,000, but if you just search Google Ads coupon, click on the Google Ads link right there at the top, you'll be able to go ahead and sign up. In this case, when you spend $500, they'll give you $500. And so what you're gonna do is once you create your account here inside of Google Ads and you fill out all the details, you're gonna wanna link your YouTube channel. Go up here to Tools and Settings, and then you're gonna click Setup, and then you're gonna go to Linked Accounts. You'll go to YouTube, you might have to scroll down, and then you'll click Manage and Link. And then once you click that, you're gonna click the big blue plus icon here. You're gonna search for your channel, and then you're gonna make sure to add all of the permissions. You want view counts, remarketing, and engagement. It might ask you if you're using a different Google account to log into that account just to make sure you verify that you are who you say you are. Once that's done, you also want to make sure that you set up conversions as well. Now, conversions are how you're going to be able to track people that actually take action off of your ads. So in order to set up conversions, you're going to go to Tools and Settings, you're going to go over to Measurement, and then click on Conversions. Now, inside of this area, you're going to click on New Conversion Action, and then there's a few different types of conversions that you can set up. You can set up a website conversion, which is most likely what many of you are going to do. There's also app conversions if you're trying to get people to install a mobile app. There's phone call conversions to track calls from ads, and then you can also import offline conversions as well. That's more of an advanced strategy that can be covered at a different time. Now, most of you are going to be likely doing website conversions. So you're going to click on website conversions, type in your domain, click scan, and then once you scan that domain, it'll actually look for potential conversion actions based on if you have Google Analytics or if you have something else set up. And so you can see here that you have a few different conversion actions that are made from Google Analytics. Now, this depends if you have Google Analytics set up or not. If not, what you'd be able to do is install Google Analytics on your website, and it'll walk you through how to do that. It's a simple code that you put at the top of your site. Either you can do this or your website developer can do this. And you can actually add a conversion action and choose which one this is, whether it's a purchase, an add to cart, somebody subscribing or submitting a lead form. Let's just say somebody is subscribing to a newsletter, let's say. All you would need to do is put the URL that they would go to on the thank you page, and you can add a new conversion based on when people actually opt in to your newsletter or when people purchase, right? You can go to whatever that thank you page is and set up a conversion right here. Now, if you're using Shopify, there's some ways to actually import conversions directly over. And if you also don't want to necessarily link up analytics, there is the old-fashioned way of doing conversions manually, where you can create a new conversion action, name it, set the value, set how many times it's going to count, so every conversion or one conversion, and then it'll give you a custom code you can put on your site. Now, I want to focus in this video on the actual ad setup and targeting. That said, if you guys want me to do a full video on that, let me know down below. Essentially, all you need to know is you need to just set up the specific conversion actions to trigger when somebody goes to the thank you page once they've opted in to whatever that happens to be. So now the moment you've been waiting for, we're going to show you how to set up your YouTube ad in-stream campaign, all the settings you should should use. So let's dive in over here, and you can see that we're gonna click this big blue new campaign button, and we are going to create a brand new YouTube in-stream campaign. Now you'll notice there's a few different types of campaigns that you can create, and depending on what you're looking to do, you might choose different ones. So you can see there's sales, so if you're looking for a specific sales goal, leads, there's website traffic. Wouldn't really necessarily recommend that unless you're trying to get some people interested or going to your site. Again, there's app promotions, local store visits, and then there's also awareness and consideration, which is what we talked about a little bit earlier with those in-feed ads that appear alongside videos or in search results. We'll talk a little bit about that in that upcoming video. But today we're gonna be focusing on lead-based YouTube ads. So we're gonna click on leads right here at the top. Now you can see there's already some conversions set up on this account. What you'll see is any conversions that you have set up based on the actions you want people to take with your YouTube ads. And you can also add additional goals over here based on the new conversions that you've added in. Again, this is gonna allow you to choose specifically what you would like to optimize your campaign for. Once that's done, you're gonna go ahead and click continue. Then you're gonna scroll down and you're going to see that we have video. This is the YouTube ad. So we're gonna go ahead and click video, and you can see drive conversions on video. So again, the options are leads, and then down here, video, and then we're gonna go ahead and click continue. Once that is set up, you can see that we can actually start creating that YouTube ad campaign from scratch. Essentially, what I like to do is the date, what the funnel is, and then who we're looking to reach. As you build out your campaign, you might get more granular with this, and you might find a certain type of naming convention that works for you. Now you can see here that there's lead forms. Now this is not what I would recommend. The reason for this is these lead forms would just appear and you would have to call and reach out to them yourself. What we want to do is send people off the platform and optimize for conversions. That's why we set up those conversions before. We want to send somebody to a landing page where we can actually optimize for people opting in. Now, if you take a look down here, you can choose where you want to target your ad. So you can see here that you could target United States, US and Canada. You can also add specific locations. Now, if you are looking to target locally, what you could do is actually put in even the street address or a specific city. Again, this is really gonna depend on you. In this case, we're gonna be targeting all of the US. And many people, I think, will do that. Instead of targeting all languages, you do want to target the language that the video is in. Down here is where we're going to get specific, because you can see we're diving into the bid strategy. And this is one big thing that a lot of people get wrong. You can see that we have maximize conversions set by default. But what you want to do is you want to switch this over to target CPA. 99% of the time, you're going to get better results using target CPA. And the reason for this is target CPA is you're telling Google on average how much you're looking to pay for a lead. Versus maximize conversions, you're giving Google a budget and you're saying, hey, here's my credit card, get me as many leads as possible. You can kind of see how that might be the problem. What's the constraint? The cost per lead or the budget that you're setting? Let's say you have a $50 a day budget and you just set maximize conversions. Google's gonna try and get as many conversions as possible, but it might not spend your money as frugally as you want it. They're gonna essentially take your credit card and say, all right, we're just gonna spend $50 every day and you'll get however many conversions you can get. But the difference is when you set up a target CPA and you say, I'm gonna set a target CPA of $10. Google is going to look at that and say, how can we get people for $10? Now, it's not always gonna work out that way, but essentially you're telling Google, I wanna get leads for this amount or less, and usually the average is underneath that amount. And if it can't get you more leads at that cost, then it's actually going to spend a little bit less on the campaigns over time. Again, there's a lot of nuances there. It might spend a little bit more per lead early on and then whittle it down. But what you ultimately want to do is set up a target CPA. It's kind of like giving Google a budget for how much you want to spend for each lead or conversion. So if you take a look here, you can see that we can change this from maximize conversions over to target CPA. And then you can see here, what you want to do is you want to set a target CPA based on how much you're looking to pay per lead or per action. Now down here, you're going to set the budget, and this is the daily budget that you want to set. Now there is a way to set a campaign total. I don't recommend that. I do recommend going daily. That way it's able to spend the budget each day. Google is telling you that it's recommending $150 or more, so you can optimize a little bit better based on the number of of leads coming in. But I would in general recommend at least $25 or $50 per campaign. You could start as low as $25, but you're just not gonna see as much optimization as quickly. Google is gonna recommend doing 10 or 15 times your actual target CPA. What we have found in practice is you don't actually necessarily need to do that. Again, Google's gonna have some recommendations that are good, but some recommendations that are also designed to make them money. You do have to take certain things with a grain of salt, and others you're gonna take a little bit more seriously. In general, you just wanna make sure that your budget is higher than whatever you're bidding as a CPA. And I wouldn't recommend going below $25 a day with these types of in-stream ads. We found that's the cutoff, but if possible, $50 or $100 is gonna typically be a little bit better for those results. Let's dive in over here, and you can see if you want, you could set an end date. Again, I like to keep these more open-ended, but remember that when you turn on your campaign, they're gonna run until you stop that campaign. Now down here, here's when we're gonna get a little bit more advanced. With the current YouTube ads, you are gonna run on both YouTube and video partners on the display network by default, which means your ads are gonna appear both on YouTube and then also on partner sites that YouTube has, as well as video ads popping up in different places. But what we want to do is go down here into assets. Now you can see that there's the ability to add site links. Site links are going to appear alongside your video campaigns or underneath your video campaigns and can send to different places. Typically this is going to be more on mobile, so it might be underneath the video if they have it in vertical, but this will pop up into a few different places. This is up to you if you want to set this up. It's not necessarily required, but it can increase people clicking and taking action. So if you did want to set up a site link, you just click right here on site links, you click new site link, and then you would describe the text, and then you would put a description, and then you would put the final URL, where you can add additional site links as well, and then go down and click save. Now this is not necessarily required. This is just something that can boost some of those conversions. It also gives you an opportunity to have other call to actions inside of the video right here in the site links. Now we don't necessarily always use this. This is something that you can use alongside your main ad, and it'll pop up in certain places on YouTube. Now we're gonna go down to additional settings here, and this is one where we are gonna save you a little bit of extra spend. So you want to go over to devices and then click set specific targeting for devices, and you're going to go and turn off TV screens. What we have found is that TV screens, oftentimes they'll take up a little bit of the budget, but that budget isn't always converting the best. Some people might want to do TV ads. That said, we found it's better for branding as opposed to direct response. So let's hop over here and you can take a look. We're targeting computers, mobile phones, and tablets. Again, you can get more granular here with the targeting based on your business. And then over here, we're going to dive into frequency capping. Now, I don't cap impression frequency. The reason for that is there's a difference between impressions and views. Views is when somebody's actually choosing to watch the video, they watch it over a certain period of time. Impressions, it pops up, but they might skip the ad. I want to keep popping up until people are potentially interested, but I don't necessarily want to pay multiple times for the same person to view the ad. And so what we want to do is we want to cap the view frequency, and this is going to depend on you again and your goals, what you're looking to do. I like to cap it per week. There's ways to exclude people that convert, so you're still not going to be targeting or retargeting people that become a lead, but I don't necessarily want to pay for multiple views in a single day or a single week for the same person if they're not going to opt in right away. Another way that you could do it is also do per month if you really don't want to be paying as frequently for the same user. Again, this is going to depend. If you have multiple campaigns, there's an opportunity there. And this can help you conserve your budget because you might have some people that just keep watching the ad again and again, but they're really window shoppers and they're not taking action. But this is a proactive way to actually cap some of that frequency and conserve some of your budget, especially if you have a smaller budget and you want to reach more people. So then down here, you can see that there's opportunities to dive into ad schedule. Typically, don't really recommend this as much unless you have a specific business where you know it is a little bit more cyclical with when people are actually taking action, right? And then you can choose the time of days you show your ad. I like just to run these ads all day, every day, because again, you're gonna see an ebb and flow over time. There's gonna be less conversions at night, but you're also gonna spend less money at night, typically. Now, there's ways to add in third-party tracking, third-party measurement. That's a whole video in and of itself. And then you can see down here, there's video enhancements. Create additional video versions. This is something we're going to turn off. We do not want YouTube just creating random videos and vertical videos of our ad. Basically what this does is it essentially takes our long form ad and it creates short form versions of our ad. Now this could improve over time, but right now this is not something that I recommend. I would turn this off. So allow Google to create additional videos. let's not do that. If you want to do short ads, I would recommend just creating a short on your own, not letting Google go and create one for you, because you don't have visibility on how that turns out. So I don't recommend that. Now the ad group name, this is essentially within the campaign. Now I follow a structure of one campaign, one ad group. It is a little bit different than platforms like Facebook, where everything is kind of off of the ad group level unless you're doing CBO. If you're familiar with Facebook, that made sense. If you're not, no worries. But essentially, inside of YouTube and Google, everything's based more on the campaign level, right? So you're essentially setting the budgets, you're setting things overall campaign, and then you have ad groups inside of that campaign where you have the specific targeting, the specific videos. Typically, what I recommend doing is creating one campaign, one ad group, and then if you want to set up other types of campaigns, do more targeting, test other things, and split test, then I would create a separate campaign with a separate ad group, separate targeting, separate ads. So essentially, we're just creating one campaign with one ad group inside. I usually will just keep this video conversions and then the date, and then I will scroll down. So now we're gonna dive into how to target audiences on YouTube. Now YouTube's all about targeting audience segments. In the past, you could actually target based on content. Maybe you've seen past tutorials on that, where you're running ads in front of direct videos or placements, but YouTube's actually shifted towards an audience targeting strategy, where you're targeting based on who somebody is. So you can target people based on what they're searching for on YouTube and Google, it's custom intent. Based on what Google knows about them is an affinity. There's also in-market audiences, pre-built Google audiences. You can even target people based on websites they've been on in the past or apps that they have on their phone. So you can see the next part is building out your audiences here on YouTube. So now we're gonna click on Add an Audience, and then at the top, we're gonna go to Plus New Audience, and this is gonna bring up our audience segment builder, where we can actually start building out brand new audience segments that we can target with our YouTube ads. So you can see here, there's ways to create what are called custom segments. This is where we're mostly gonna be focusing, which is building out your own audience targeting segments based on what people are searching for, what they're looking up, and websites that they're going on. There's also data that you can use, so you can target based on people who have been on your site before, people who have converted in the past. So there's ways to go in and target based on existing data or existing audiences. You can even use this to target people who are subscribers on your YouTube channel. And then there's also pre-built interests and detailed demographics where you can search for a few things. In this case, you could search for advertising and marketing, and you could target people that are in the market for advertising or advertising services. So there's a couple of opportunities there. But the challenge with these pre-built audiences is it doesn't really dive deep. What I want to show you is how to build what are called custom audiences. So if you take a look here, if you go over to custom segments, you can go and create a new segment, and you can target people based on a few different things. You could build a segment based on people who have searched for specific terms on Google. So people are looking up terms around YouTube ads, or how to do YouTube ads, or how to market their business. You could also target people based on interests and purchase intentions, or even websites that they're browsing or they're going to, or even apps that they happen to use. And then what you're able to do is target people based on their actual search terms or based on what they're interested in, right? So I could target videos like this by people who are looking up YouTube ads tutorial on YouTube and Google and building a custom audience segment around that. But you might be asking yourself, well, how can you actually go and find things that people are searching for on YouTube and Google, websites that they're going on, URLs, all of that? But what I want to show you is a software that you can use to actually streamline this process and make it a lot easier. It's actually a software I put together called Keyword Search, which allows you to use AI to target your ads directly in front of your ideal clients. What I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link down below where you can get a 5-day free unlimited trial to use Keyword Search to set up your first campaign completely for free. You're going to be able to build a custom audience using AI. So you just click business information here, you'll get to a page that looks like this, and you literally just describe your business. In this case, let's just describe ad outreach. You put in the URL, and then you describe what your business does. And then you're going to go down and click generate audiences. What this is going to do is it's actually going to use AI to find all of the different things that people are searching for on YouTube and on Google, websites that they're going on, all of the different types of keywords that we can use to go and target with our YouTube ads and allow you to sync them to Google in one click. So as you can see, we have all of these different audiences that are pre-built out using AI. We've got all these interests, so interest-based audiences. There's also search terms that people are searching for on Google and YouTube. You can see the YouTube ads tutorials. That's an example right there, how do YouTube ads work. all of these different topics, and inside of these, the different search terms that people are looking up on YouTube and on Google that we can target. Then it has all these different websites. We could target people based on their websites as well as apps they might have installed on their phone, YouTube Studio, YouTube Tracker, it makes a lot of sense, and then potential YouTube channels that they're watching. And so what we could do is we can use these to actually create and build audiences that we can sync to our Google Ads account. So what we would be able to do over here is just choose these different interests. Let's say we want to target people that have interests. This is what's called a custom affinity audience. So we could target people who are interested in YouTube advertising, people who are interested in digital advertising, lead generation, online marketing strategies, targeted marketing, and video advertising. And again, you're gonna choose which ones make the most sense for you. So then what you could do is you could copy these over to your clipboard and then go over here inside of Google Ads and actually just paste them in as a new audience segment, name that segment, and you can see here, these are people that have interest or purchase intentions around YouTube advertising. And then we're gonna go ahead and click save, and that builds a brand new audience that we can target based on their interests and based on what keyword search found. So that's how to go and actually build out all of these audiences. And of course, you can sign up for keyword search. We've got a free trial, 5 days unlimited, using the link below. So you have plenty of room to go ahead and set up all these audiences for yourself, sync them to Google Ads, and actually start building out your first YouTube ad campaign. Of course, you could do this manually, but that's why I created keyword search, just to make the process a little bit more streamlined, especially after working with so many clients. We wanted to make an easier way to make this work. Now, you can also add in your own data and target people based on going to your website or looking at your YouTube channel. And you would select that over here. You would go to browse and add in these different segments. And you can also do some of the pre-built audiences, like advertising that we talked about earlier, people interested in advertising services, advertising and market research, or business advertising. There's a few pre-built audiences. However, like I said before, what we want to do is we want to target people based on these custom audiences and build those out so that we can achieve results that are better than the average. So then once that's all set, we're gonna be able to go down here. Now we can add in exclusions. This is where we can exclude people that have converted. So if you go here and you look up all converters, you can actually exclude people that have converted on your ads before. So you can click on all converters. And so this is gonna allow you to go in and exclude people that have already taken action. That way you're only reaching new people. And then there's also the ability to go in and target based on demographics. Now you can see down here, we can choose the gender. Again, this is gonna depend on your business, your market. There's also the age as well. So you can choose the age range that you're looking to target. And then here's one that's really valuable. If you go to additional demographics, of course you can do parent, not a parent, unknown, but there's also the ability to target based on household income. And this is really powerful because what you can do is target people that have the potential ability to afford your services. What I highly recommend doing is removing the lower 50% by default at the very least. So at the very least, going from 10 to 50%. However, this is going to depend on what the price point of your offer is. In general, what we've found is you want to, if you have anything over $100 AOV, so average order value, it's over $100, exclude lower 50%. If you have anything that is over $1,000, then what we recommend is going to top 40%, so top 10 to 40. If you have anything that's over $3,000, we would go to top 30%, over $5,000 or $10,000, top 20%. And then if you have something that's $20,000 plus, you could just do top 10%, which is gonna reach the highest household income bracket. This is a really powerful way that you can target people that actually can afford your services, especially if you're selling something high ticket. What you're gonna wanna do is target that top income bracket. Usually with high ticket, you wanna go at least top 30%, top 20% if it's 10K and above. And if it's a really high ticket item, $20,000 plus, then in that case, I would do top 10%. It's up to you if you wanna have unknown or not. Typically, I'd recommend starting with unknown off, and then you can always add it back in if you wanna have additional reach. Let's say you have a higher ticket product or service that's several $1,000s. Maybe you do top 30% in that case, or top 20%. And then you go ahead and click save, and that's how to go in and build out your audience. And you can see that audience is right here, business owners interested in YouTube ads. It's got all those different targeting options that we've selected, a couple pre-built from Google, and of course the ones that we've designed ourselves, and then also the ability to go and make sure that we are reaching people that are in that higher income bracket. So then you're gonna scroll down and you can see here that we've got optimized targeting, and what I recommend is turning that off. Similar to having YouTube go in and create its very own videos for you, vertical videos. With this optimized targeting, even though it tells you that it can oftentimes get better conversions, what we have found is that especially early on, optimized targeting can decrease the efficiency and the overall return of your ads. You may get more leads, but sometimes those are lower quality leads, especially with optimized targeting, because essentially what this is doing is optimized targeting is designed to get you more conversions, and it does this by finding people beyond your selected audience. Notice the key words there, beyond your selected audience. So essentially what it's doing is it's targeting people outside of the people that are looking up those keywords that you wanted to target with your custom audience segments, people interested in ads, right? All of the targeting we just put together, it would be reaching people beyond that. And so sometimes that's good, but we recommend starting with that off, and here's why. You wanna start with these existing audiences because you wanna know how this audience actually performs and optimize based on that. Now, as this campaign performs and succeeds, then you might do a duplicate or even change and update the campaign where you add in optimized targeting. But what you wanna do is you wanna make sure that you actually remove any variables. Essentially, this is a whole nother variable that could affect the results of your campaign. And typically when you're launching a campaign, I'd recommend turning that off so that you go just based on the targeting that you selected. And so you don't necessarily need to expand much beyond that until you're looking to scale. So we're gonna go ahead and scroll down. Now you can see here in advanced settings, you no longer can target based on keywords, topics, or placements on YouTube directly. It's all about audiences and building out these audience segments, which we showed you how to do. So again, that's the main area and the main way that you're gonna be able to target the right people. Now down here, you can see that you can add in your YouTube video. Now what you're gonna wanna do is go to YouTube and grab the video that's hosted on the connected channel. Now you wanna have this video be unlisted so that it doesn't affect your overall channel stats. So you're gonna upload a video to YouTube and you're gonna choose the video type as unlisted. And you're gonna take that unlisted video and that's what you're gonna run as an ad. And we're gonna copy this over here and then we're gonna go ahead and paste this video right in here. Now, you can see here that it's talking about videos longer than 3 minutes don't particularly perform as well as shorter videos. However, this is not necessarily always the case. So while it might be a good rule of thumb to try and stay inside of that 3-minute window, we have got a lot of ads that perform very well that are longer than 3 minutes. We've got many clients running ads that are longer than 3 minutes. And typically we found the sweet spot to be between 2 and 6 minutes long. So now you're probably wondering, how do you actually create a YouTube ad that's designed to convert? Well, there's 3 main components to every great YouTube ad. It has a hook, educate, and call to action. The hook draws in your ideal clients and actually captures their attention. Then you educate. That's where you're providing real value to your viewers and giving what we call golden nuggets. You want to provide value inside of your ad. And then you have a clear and concise call to action at the end of your ad to have people take action off of your video and go and opt in. Maybe they're getting a free training or they're going to purchase a product or booking a call. Whatever that next step is, you want to have a clear and concise call to action. Now, typically what I recommend doing is actually crafting an ad with multiple different variations of hooks. So you can have different hooks that draw people in and split test which one's going to work the best. Usually we'll actually go and create anywhere from 3 to 6 different video variations. Usually the educate and the call to action, that stays the same, but then we'll just split test different hooks. So you would film these individually. You can split test and see what works best. If you want a little bit more details on how to actually go through and craft and create a winning YouTube ad and actually how to script it out, I've got all those details inside of my YouTube ad strategy PDF, which I actually want to give to you completely for free. This is a 19-page PDF that walks through our entire YouTube ads strategy. And you can see inside of this, I walk you through step by step exactly how all of this works. Now, all the targeting and everything we covered in this video, I give you a checklist to show you how it all works, how to set it all up, the custom intents, all of that. But what I also talk about inside of this PDF is the different types of YouTube ads and how to script an ad. And I give you some examples of some of our top performing YouTube ads as well. And so if you want to get your hands on this PDF, it's completely free. I'll link it right there at the top of the description. And then you're going to get this PDF right here that's, again, going to walk you through step by step. And you can see we cover the different types of YouTube ads. We give some examples and we really dive into it and actually show you each section. Okay, here's what to do in the hooks. Here's what to do in the educate section. Here's what to do in the call to action. And we also have how to set up the campaigns. It's more of kind of like an additional resource to this video that you can follow along with as well. You can click that link right down there below, completely free for you to check that out. So let's hop back over here, and now that you have the YouTube video, now what we want to do is send people to the URL that they're going to go when they click the ad. Now, as a great example, let's use our $200 million YouTube ads PDF. And we're going to go over here and set that up. We're just gonna paste that in the final URL. Now, down here, you can see that you can show the display URL. You don't necessarily need to change this. By default, it will just show your main URL. If you wanna have it be pretty, let's say you have a link that has all kinds of random characters on it, you can actually change what shows up inside of YouTube to make it look a little bit prettier on the ad itself. Then you're gonna have the call to action. So in this case, it might be download because this is a PDF. So you can have download or get it now or something along those lines. You are limited to 10 characters. And we can create that headline. Now there's also a long version of the headline, and that'll show up in certain types of ads. So if you see here on desktop, you might actually see the long version. There's a few different ways that this ad is gonna show up. You can see what it looks like desktop and mobile, and then TV, although we're probably not gonna focus as much on TV. You can see they do have the send to phone option though too. But again, I'd recommend more mobile and desktop. And we can create the long headline. The description, usually this is going to be more of the call to action. And what we wanna do is go down here and you can see there's some URL options. This is where you could add tracking templates. This is a little bit more advanced. I don't recommend diving too deep into that. And then you can upload a companion banner. Otherwise, by default on desktop, it will use your YouTube channel banner. So whatever banner you have on your channel to use. In general, I found that's pretty good, but you can also upload an image as well. It's 300 by 60 pixels. And that's going to be a way just to add in if you want to, put something about the PDF or some kind of call to action. That's a little banner that'll pop up alongside the video. In general, I like to just use my channel banner and focus on that as well. But again, that's going to be completely up to you. Now, if you want to preview this ad, you can actually click Preview Ad on YouTube, and you can see what the ad is going to look like. As you can see over here, we've got the PDF link here. We've got the banner alongside it. This is my channel banner and YouTube Ads PDF, so they can click download here, they can click download here, and then that will take them over to the PDF-gift page where they could download the PDF for themselves. So then we can go back over here, and as you can see, we can go through and we can scroll down. And let's say you wanted to create multiple ad variations. What you can do in that case is go down here to ad creation, and then right next to the ad, you can click this icon, click duplicate, and then you can have another variation of the ad. And let's say you have another video, well, you can go into this other ad, and all you gotta do is delete this video and add in another video if you want to test a different video. In general, I recommend testing anywhere from 3 to 6 different ads with different hook variations, where you have different versions of what you're saying. And then all you gotta do is click that Create Campaign button, just like so, and then you will launch your brand new ad. And that's exactly how you can launch your YouTube ad using all the best features, targeting the right people. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna also look at your click-through rate, make sure that it's got a healthy click-through rate, you're monitoring your metrics, your conversion rate is strong, you're getting conversions at around that CPA you're looking for. Now, if the campaign doesn't start running right off the bat, you might need to increase that target CPA that we talked about. So there are some things to really dive in to actually troubleshoot if those campaigns either don't get the scale or get the spend or get the results that you're looking for. We cover a lot of those troubleshooting principles inside of the PDF. Again, it's gonna be really specific based on what you see, so it's kind of hard for me to cover all of it in this video, but that's why I have this PDF. It kind of accompanies this video, and it gives you the checklist of how to set everything up, but then there's a whole area to talk about some of the troubleshooting, some of the different ways to make sure that your campaigns are gonna work the best. The other thing that you can do too is schedule a call with my team by going to adoutreach.com/apply, and you can book a strategy call, and we could take a look at your business and help you map out the best YouTube ad strategy for you as well. I'll post that link down below, but in general, most of you, the best next step is to go and get the free PDF so you can follow along and start creating that campaign. Let me know down below if you have any questions, if I can support you in any way. Also, be sure to give this video a like and share it with other people. I'm so excited for you to use YouTube ads to scale up. If you have any questions, let me know down below. Click that link down below to get the PDF for free. Be sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next video.